Thank you guys for tuning in with us. Yo, we got a lot of topics to talk about today, but we got my boy,
I'm Sean Garrett.
and I'm Anthony Perry, guys.
Yes, sir.
We got a lot to talk about, so we're going to just dive straight into it. Number one topic almost on every news station,
Yes, sir.
Donald Trump.
Wow. That name holds a lot of weight.
A lot of weight.
Positive or negative.
Positive or negative? Do you approve or disapprove?
I kind of approve of where we're at.
Okay.
I kind of approve of where we're at. I know there's a lot of controversies in there, and justifiably. And I know there's going to be people who have some very real concerns, especially concerns surrounding the Constitution and the Supreme Court and those kind of things. But if we look at it through a certain lens, I'll say financially, I certainly think we're headed in the right direction. I think tariffs is something that's going to help us in the long term. We know economy just doesn't turn around overnight, so I'll say let's give it 6 months to a year and see where we're at. But we see prices coming down, gas prices, egg prices, so on and so forth. So there are some positive things. There's the stock market is strong. There are some positive things there, but certainly some things we can criticize.
Absolutely. And let me just say this. Everybody know I wrote myself in on the ballot. Perry, I'm an independent. Everybody know that I wrote myself in. I did not vote for Trump. However, I don't disagree with everything he does, and I also don't like everything he does. So, as an optimistic, I do want the best for our country, no matter who's in office,
Absolutely.
Democrat, Republican, independent.
Right.
I want to make that crystal clear.
Right.
However, one thing I will say about Trump starting off is he speaks he speaks without thinking. So that could be good or bad. I mean, he's a straight shooter. I respect him for that, and I respect him for making promises and he's actually keeping them, whether you agree with him or not. Because I can respect somebody to say they're gonna do something, even if I don't like it, and they actually do it. Then someone tell me a bunch of hoopla, a whole bunch of hoop dreams, and they don't do it.
Right.
So from a honest perspective,
Right.
I believe he's a ruthless and an honest person, if that makes any sense.
Hey, I before he got elected, man, back in 2016, one of the popes came at him and said something, and he went back at the pope. I said, that ain't got no sense. But it's all good. You know, he is who he is, just like we all are. You know, nobody's perfect, that's for sure. And I think that's something we need to recognize. Nobody's perfect. Certainly, we can look back at Biden and Obama and Bush and Clinton. We go back, nobody's perfect. So, you know, give the guy a chance. What is he, 100 days in?
Yeah, just about 100 days in, and I do believe let's give him a chance, no matter how you feel. Do we agree with everything he does? Absolutely not. But one thing is for sure: America, we have a broken system, from politics to education,
Immigration.
We're going to dive into that. And speaking on immigration,
Right.
Trump is signing probably hundreds of executive orders.
Right.
I mean, he's signing stuff so fast. By the time I'm reading through one, he done signed 20 more. I'm just like...
You know what I do? One thing I did find interesting about executive orders is they're only in force during the time of that particular president, right? That's why it's executive. It comes from the executive office, but I do think those executive orders can be overturned with the next administration. So it is a 4-year kind of period that those executive orders can be implemented, unless there's some kind of congressional or legislative action upon those that make them permanent or long term. So executive orders are certainly part of his approach, but at the same time, they are things that can be overturned. He's overturned some of Biden's executive orders, just like Biden overturned some of his when he got in office.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So overall, what is your thoughts on immigration, the illegal immigration coming across the border, Trump deporting people, he's sending them and sending them to El Salvador, sending some of the hard criminals to El Salvador. It's a lot going on. So what's just your general thought?
You know, I'm born and raised in California. right? So I've seen California change, you know what I mean? We've known that immigration was something that's been an issue in California for decades. It's not something new. This is something that dates back to the 70s, I would say. But I think we got to get control over the border. We just cannot have an open border. There's a lot of things now, as much as I think the general public wants to be sympathetic to immigrants and people who really want to come here for sincere reasons to work and get ahead, just like we've done, you know what I'm saying? We've worked and got ourselves ahead a little bit, and people want that same opportunity, and there are great opportunities in the United States, and I think I'm a testament of that. But
Yeah.
it